Hey, what's up, everybody? Okay. I remember the boss of Riverside. Live in here. Hey, what's up, Jung-hee? How you doing? Oh, Riverside's a monkey. Hey, Boyzle, how you doing? Good morning.
I'm not ready. Flee before me.
Yeah, I've seen that belt. It could potentially be, yeah. I have not played with it. That belt would be like... I would use that belt on maybe like, I don't know. What kind of variant I would use it on. Maybe a Druid or a Templar variant. Right now, this just slots perfectly in for Titan and Warbringer. It doesn't fit perfectly for Smith, but I don't know if you would want to do ES Leech on a Smith. But yes, it is definitely an option. Hey, what's up, Justin? How you doing? Holy lag, Batman. Bobber, my soul eaters are rough. Alright, so I figured out what my next build is, by the way. Depending on what the patch gives us, right? Like, if the patch gives us some crazy balance changes or new uniques to Thorns or something, like, obviously I'll go play something else. But I think I know what my next build is going to be. I'm thinking I'm going to do a Magma Barrier build on Smith of Katava. I'm not 100% on that yet. But that's what I'm thinking. I'm going to revisit Magma Barrier finally. I'm going to do it on Smith.
I need more time. Feel my wrath.
Hey, nice, Justin. Big rats. Dad of the year.
I'm not ready.
Yeah, they're a fire hoe and they're just tanky, so I'm not confident in how well Magma Barrier is gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be like an addition to Shield Charge or something, rather than it be like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make Magma Barrier the core of the build, but it'll be a part of it. We'll see what happens. Not done with the Titan yet, though.
Flee before me.
forgot these rituals over here. I wasn't paying attention. This chest piece is like an instant Bish chest piece for me, though. I likely will be using it on my druid come league start. What's soul teeth? Okay. I don't know what soul tether is. Not sure what you're referring to. What's soul tether do? High build, please. All I have right now is the PoE Ninja. Oh yeah, I don't know how those two would interact with each other, Palisass. Yeah, that's the belt that Bwizzle was talking about earlier. That's the thing about these off-meta builds, Bwizzle, is like with the super meta builds that like just kind of one-shot anything, you don't really have to think about defenses. These weird off-meta builds make you have to solve that, and you end up learning about like all the really good defensive options. Hey, what's up, Freyr? I need to find some mobs to hit. Get leeched up before I fight the monkey.
Your soul is for
Oh hey. That's what I was looking for. I'm so hyped for this patch, you guys. I'm so hyped for it. Alright, let's see if I can handle the monkey. This is with Max Boss Atlas passives. Alright, don't get one shot. Blah, blah. I believe it's dropping later tonight after the PoE 1 patch or before the PoE 1 patch. I don't know though. They talk up. It's like weird sometimes. So do I have? I hope it's later tonight, but I have no idea. Meh. I gotta fix my... We need a new league. My tabs are too thick.
What is it?
We don't have any idea what's coming, Remco. They teased like 4 uniques this morning. One of them looked cool to me. The other 3 I didn't care about. I hoard so much. Yeah, it's a problem, dude. It's a real fucking problem, man. It's a serious problem. Oops. Yeah, the staff looks cool. I'm about the frost staff, but I feel like everyone's gonna be trying to make the frost storm build, so I don't know if I'm going to. Okay, I don't mind doing a hive. We could check out an oasis with sulfuric caverns. Alrighty.
Feel my wrath! You were no more. Coward! They're swarming!
For me to lose another limb, all pace.
Oh, it didn't go off? I thought I clicked it. I left this rare right the fuck up there. Yeah, like, my problem with uniques like that, like it's probably gonna suck, man. Unique weapons, like, unique caster weapons like that suck because they're so hard to scale. And I just assume... YOLO. We'll do a white one. I just assume we won't be able to scale its damage long enough. I hope I'm wrong, but... Oh, I have Alx on me. Like, cause you can't like, there's all, I don't know. There's only like 3 weapons in the game like that scale well. We'll see. But in general, I mean, like, yeah, it very likely could scale. It just depends on how it gets scaled. My problem with a lot of the unique weapons is like it's really hit or miss how the support gems interact with them. And when the game scales so heavily off of gem skill level, those like weapon skills like that, like Living Bomb and stuff, they don't have prisms of belief for and shit. So I've always just found that scaling the weapon spells skills to be very difficult. It just depends on which one though, you know. That's like, could be like an individual, like they fucked up the encode for the scaling, right? Because some of them, like the bone spells, those do reasonably well. But that is the unique of all the uniques they showed that I was like, ooh, I want to play that one. But I know it's gonna be like an expensive ass drop rate. What I'm worried about is the patch hasn't dropped yet. We don't even they linked a video this morning that had like 4 of the unique teas, or last night, I forget when it was. But I just spent 30 something divine on this Chernobog, and I'm worried it's gonna be one of the items that they make have a better drop rate, and it's gonna go down to like 3 divine, which is like good for the game, right? It's just bad timing for me. Where was that expedition at? Was it right over here? I blew up an expedition. Oh, it was up here. Gotta go finish off the expedition. That was cool. Oh, never mind. I thought that was Phil. Yeah, I'm going to be using this Chernobog on a lot of characters in 0.2 now. I'm going to go revisit a bunch of Thorns builds with it. I need to update my filter. Holy fuck. No, I want to use the churn, though. The churn's awesome right now. Look at my Wind Dancer. And I might need it for my Smith-a-Katava Magma Barrier build. Though I might be doing shield charge on that, so I might need a different shield. I did not mean to do that.
I've nowhere to keep that. Indeed.
Alright, I know the solution here. I need to buy more quad tabs. If I buy more quad tabs, I'll have more space. Right? That's the solution. I think if you're going to go with some like hybrid Warbringer like that, you would use Fallen instead for the cast on block. I know what shield you're talking about though. That's a good leveling shield. I've used it to level quite a few characters. But if you're wanting to do like some fun cast on build or a caster block build, Fallen's got cast on block, which would be really cool. I was playing with Fallen on my Warbringer. This build you're seeing me play right now on my Titan, I've been streaming on my Warbringer. And then I got over the Warbringer, so I swapped to the Titan. But yeah, I was using Fallen on my Warbringer, and then I bought a Chernobog and started playing this on my Titan instead. You're just so tanky with the Overleech. Not just the Overleech, but I'm at 75% block chance. So, like, I rarely get hit. And when I do get hit, I'm res cap with 60% chaos res and 6,400 life. Beef boy. This is the best shield in the game in PoE 1, cool. Well, it's pretty damn good in PoE 2. Yeah, I'm hoping the patch notes today have some serious chaos nerfs. I mean, the seeds getting nerfed alone is enough for me, but... yeah, even when you have chaos cap. Plant seeds, whatever the hell they're called. Like, I might... like, right now I got a bunch of the chaos res runes in. If the patch nerfs chaos enough, I might, like, go down. PoE2 getting notes, I hope so. There's supposed to be a patch today. Or tomorrow.
That placement.
Nope. But I don't care, man. I'm doing it anyway.
That's all of them.
It was too hard to stack on Warbringer. It's way easier to stack on Titan and Smith of Katava, and like a different play style, Warbringer would have been fine. But because I was specifically using Wind Dancer, which requires over 200 dexterity, and then you want to run Intellect with this and some of your int spells, like it was just a little too and I have really good gear too, and it was just like I was just barely making the cut for everything. It wasn't bad at all, but because I was forcing Wind Dancer, it was too much. If I was not forcing Wind Dancer, it would have been a very different story with the Warbringer. But the Warbringer required just too much stat stacking without using like the Vertex. I didn't want to use the Vertex. I don't hate Hidden Grotto. It's a boss I want to do. I like Blooming Field. Yeah, sitting at 6,200 life at all times is just amazing. Yeah, I've done all Pinnacle bosses. I've killed +4s yet. I have not done +4 Sim yet, but I did +3 Sim. And then it can kill all the other Pinnacle bosses on +4. But I killed +4s yet, so. Last night, one-shot him with the Chernobog. But this is like an expensive shield, so. Nice, Wolf. That's awesome, dude. Good job, man. That sounds cool, too. Yeah, I mean, that's really, like, people overestimate, like, build making and build makers in general. Like, they think that these there is a level of creativity, don't get me wrong. There is a level of, like, craftsmanship. Like, it's not easy being a build maker. But really being a build maker is you're being, like, you're making Frankenstein. You're taking a bunch of aspects of other monsters and builds that you've seen, and you're just making it your own. Like, you know, you're not ever actually making 100% of the build on your own. Like, your jewel setups are things you've learned from other players, right? What gear you use is things you've learned from other people, right? Your passive layout, like, you eventually learn how to navigate that from other people, right? But what makes it your own is how you apply all of those different mechanics to the ascendancy and skill choices you're using. And that's where the build crafting is. It is, more intimidating than it seems to be, than it is. Once you, like, get into it. Obviously, there is a depth of knowledge, and you'd want to, like... It's probably best to always start copying builds, but once you get an idea of how to play the game, making a build really is just creating Frankenstein's monster. Hey, Olx, Red Fox, appreciate it, man. Thanks for the nice word. I hope the stream goes well, too. How long till stream? I don't know. 6 or something hours? I won't be streaming until the PoE 1 stream, that's for sure. I'm just doing an early morning stream. I woke up, did some game development work. And then felt like playing PoE 1 and then turn on, or PoE and then turn on the stream. Oh yeah, for sure, but PoE 1's passive tree has like so much more depth and like complexity to it. PoE 2's will get there over time, but in PoE 1's tree, you can literally warp around the tree and stuff. Like, you can do crazy shit in the PoE 1 passive tree. And then there's just like way more nodes, like... the PoE 1 tree is a different beast, but... Even in PoE 1, you know, all you would do is, like, you would, like, copy someone's, builds for a while, and then you would eventually, like, try iterating on it. But, obviously, in PoE 1, you have to go a lot further, too. Like, there's very specific mathematical breakpoints you have to reach to be able to kill certain bosses. And if you don't, like, a good player can, like, just straight up look at your path of building and be like, oh, yeah, you don't have the DPS to clear... this boss. So it's definitely more complex, but... Oops, I didn't mean to put that in there. Where did that even go? Ultimatum tab? I forgot to do this, by the way. No, I mean, I'm a game dev, but I'm not a big game dev. No, I own my own studio with a friend. What do you think the patch notes on Rune of Teething? Are you asking me to predict, or did you see patch notes? Runes of Teething aren't getting nerfed. The only way they nerf Runes of Teething is if they put a level requirement on it. But if anything... we need better Runes of Teething. So I don't think they're getting nerfed. Thorns is not as overpowered as people make it out to be. Just because, like, the clips I show off are cool and stuff. Like, those are just, like, moments, right? But I don't think they're going to nerf Teething. Like, the only nerf they would do is make it to where, like, you have to have a level requirement for them. But... no, Mana Flask, I forgot to move it over from my Warbringer. But I'm not even using mana right now, so whatever. Hey, Rabbit. There are probably better players more worthy of a host than me. Sheesh. Thanks, bro. Did you get your Pokemon? I will not be Pokemon farming.
I will crush you.
Ah, rip. Yeah, I have a boar with a haste aura, but not a dog.
Face Kitava's finest.
What do you think about the new staff with Heart of Ice presence dealing damage? I am, like, super hyped about that staff. My only concern is just how expensive it's gonna be. Because I just spent all of my Divine on a Chernobog. So if that staff's expensive, I don't get to play with it. So I just hope it's common, because that staff looked, that was, of all the uniques, that was the only one I was excited for. Thanks for the host, Rabbit. Appreciate you, bro. Oh, so there was a post saying that tithing was going to get nerfed? Gotcha. I mean, if it gets nerfed, it gets nerfed. Like, as long as they scale Thorns damage other ways in 0.3, that's fine. The biggest thing that makes tithing OP is it doesn't have a level requirement. That much Thorns damage at level 1 is ridiculous, but when we're talking like at level 90, that much Thorns damage isn't much. And your sockets are pretty important too, so... Yeah, I would detox too, Rabbit. A break before the patch is needed. Yeah, they gotta change that companion farming system. Yeah, I'm pretty hyped for that staff, man. I don't know who I'd put it on, Zubul. Like a Chrono. I have a Chrono I would play it on too, maybe. Maybe my Ritualist. I don't know, man. That staff seems really cool. I wasn't watching where I was running and got distracted by the raid. Gotta find this boss. Alright, you gotta die. You are making gross noises. Yeah, I refuse to play Gemling. But Gemling would be good for it. See, my problem with a bunch of... See, we have to know how it scales first. Like, my concern is the staff... Like, most legendary weapons like that, especially the spell-based ones, end up being bait. It's very hard to scale them. That one could be scalable. But, we just have to wait and see. And a lot of the spells that come from, staves and stuff, like, they don't have, like, Prisms of Belief for, like, they just get very difficult to scale, so... It'll be good in, like, red map, sure, but, like, can it clear, like, Simulacrum and Jet and stuff? We'll have to wait and see. What did you spend your savings on? I bought Chernobog finally. After 2,000 hours of wanting a Chernobog, I could finally afford one. This is my new favorite unique in the game, by the way. If this is the same, and it's not, like, insanely overpriced going into 0.3, I imagine I'm going for this unique very quickly on my Druid in endgame. It is insane. I imagine this chest, if, like, Leech is good on a Bear Druid, you're gonna get, like, 12 to 13,000 life. Depending on, like, how much life Bear Druids have. I assume they're either going to be armor focus or life focus, so. What item? It's a new, it's a new shield. Or a new staff that's coming out. In the patch. What am I doing? Where am I going? I'm looking for a boss. Where's this boss at? Streamer brain. Boss down here. Boss down here. Yeah, that staff, I mean, that staff might be nuts with a lot of different combinations, like... I just really hope it's got a good drop rate and it's like a flooded on the market immediately. Already have one of those. I gotta fix my dump tabs. Don't judge me. Yeah, 500 is attainable, especially this late into the season. I bet you could get 500, especially if you get a bunch of good int rolls on gear. I wouldn't be worried about that aspect of it. Ugh, I can't wait for the new mapping though. I feel like silly mapping right now because of like the changes coming, but can you use the staff with a two-handed mace? I don't think so. The only thing you can use two-handers with is maces, swords, and axes. Listen, normally I don't play leagues this long, so at this point I've quit, and my inventory management problems aren't a problem, right? They're fine. But now I've got real problems because I'm still playing, and I don't think I'm going to be stopping anytime soon. Like, if I play 3.26, it'll be like a brief stint, and then I'll be back to grinding PoE 2 hardcore. So I just gotta, like, maybe I just need to buy, like, 4 more quad tabs, and then don't worry about it, you know? Just keep loading up more quad tabs? Is that the solution? I also need to update my filter. This filter is not cutting it. I'm waiting to see the announcements. Like if we get WASD, that's a big W for 3.26 for me. And of course, if there's any like, if they're like, oh, by the way, there's Thorns support coming, like that's also super hype. But the unfortunate problem is, like, this patch is coming out with PoE 2. Like, I'm still having lots of fun with the current patch. And now we're getting a new patch with a bunch of stuff. Like, it's just bad timing. So, like, I don't see me wanting to grind PoE 1 super hard right now. But maybe it's just super fun and I do. These dead ends, bro. I hate seepage. I hate seepage so damn much. Exactly. Just sweep it under the carpet. Problem, the game is still too good. I'm playing it, yeah. We need like an auto sword button. Or, you know, maybe I just need to stop dumping all my stuff into my stash. Nah, not that one. That's a dumb solution. Yeah, I understand that WASD is going to be like a whole thing for PoE 1. And even then, WASD might not even feel good in PoE 1 just because of how, like, the skills work in general. Like, I don't even know if PoE 1, like, could get, like, they would have to change some stuff, I feel, to make, like, PoE 1's WASD to feel even remotely like PoE 2's. Yay, I like those. WASD, that's like keyboard movement. Moving with your WASD. Not mouse movement. Alright, I've killed every rare, so why doesn't it reveal the boss to me? Please, GGG. Either boss is down here or up here. I'm gonna gamble and go up here first. You kind of enjoy sorting your tabs manually, so whenever me and my friend group plays like games like Rust that have like public, oh my god, you're a real jerk teleporting that far away. Bye-bye. Whenever me and my friend group play games like Rust, like, one of our friends is, like, the designated chest sorter because a few of us, myself included, are kind of just assholes and just kind of dump everything in the wrong chest and stuff sometimes. But he actually just enjoys sorting chests. As you can see, my ADHD gets the best of me. I don't know if this is my ADHD or me being autistic or the combination of the two, but and I got multiple of them. And you know what, like, the solution is for me cleaning this out? Like, eventually, when I do finally get around to cleaning it out, I'll start looking through the gear. I'll look through, like, 10 to 20 items, and then I'll be over it. I'll be like, this fucking sucks, and then I'll just vendor the entire tab. I won't even look through any of it anymore. I'll just purge it. That's how bad I am. I would make some of you so angry. Luckily, I do all of that off stream, so you don't have to witness it in person. But look at this. Look at all these jewels, and think about it. Just these jewels alone, right? Let me type jewel. Oh, guys, I have a problem. Nightbot. I don't know why you did that. That was Nightbot being Nightbot. Oh, man. Like, if I were to just take all of these jewels, slam them with exalts, and, like, slap them in a one divine tab, like I guarantee, like, a handful of them would sell. And, like, now we got a third dump tab going. My Thorns dump tab is starting to get full of shit. Yeah. Oh well, back to dumping. See, I have to try and solve my problems, Danarin. I have to try and solve them. I can't let you come in and save me. I have to overcome my obstacles in life and clean it. Dedicated to Sekimus. So Sekimus is a good place for dump tabs. Like, you're almost required to have a dump tab for Sekimus. So that one makes sense. Though, yeah, dude, that's the smart way to handle a dump tab. Is just have a guild tab. It's just like, if I'm not in the mood to identify it, just donate it to the guild, right? That's a good way to handle a dump tab. Sure, let's do a backwash. You know what? No, I want to do, where is a cleanse map? Where's a fun cleanse map? I don't want to do seepage. What are you? Burial bog? I gotta have... Is the filter coming in this patch or 0.3? Didn't they say that there's a filter coming for the map atlas where you can, like, search for the maps you want to do? Is that coming in this upcoming patch or is that a 0.3 thing? Because my Atlas is so damn big, I don't even, like, remember how I even got here. Alright, here's some cleanse maps. Here, let's just do this Savannah. Hey, what's up, fam? How you doing? Same. I like this patch, like, that's why I'm like iffy on even if I'm gonna play the new oh, the Delirium mirrors over here. That's why I'm even iffy on if I'm going to play the patch, because like, or 3.26, because this patch has so much stuff in it, and like, who knows what, like, there's balance changes coming in it. Like, we don't even know how many balance changes we're getting. Maybe it's gonna be minor balance changes and only a few builds get tweaked, but maybe a bunch of fun builds get fixed that, like, we want to play again. That's a spicy meatball.
I will crush you.
Knew I left the Chaos Orb. I had to go back for. There was a lot of chaos there that I couldn't see.
I need more time.
Hey, N3A. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. Thanks for the Twitch Prime, bro. And thanks for all the new followers today. A lot of you that came over from the Dead Rabbit stream that just recently followed. I gained like 20 followers already. That's awesome. Thanks, guys. Hey, what's up, Seven Toad? How you doing? Thank you for the Twitch Prime. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm so excited for these notes, man. Part of me didn't want to stream this morning so I could wait for the patch. To, like, stream for the patch, but, like, I just really wanted to play the game right now. Meh. The Smith version wasn't good enough? The Smith version was fine. What's funny is, I moved on from the Smith version. You missed the Warbringer variation. I was doing a Warbringer variation the last couple days. So I've actually got all 3 warriors in endgame right now for this build. Yeah, Titan's just always been my favorite ascendancy, so now that I've tested all 3, I'm just playing the Titan. Also, good morning. Why Titan? It's the easiest to stat stack with, and now that I'm using this new chess piece, Kucher of the Crimson, it just, like, Titan benefits so much from it, from the small passive nodes. You get the bonuses to leech, you get all the extra life that makes you able to stack up to 6,000 life. I mean, as you can see, I'm running 6,000 life right now. 75% block chance with Chernobog. All of this made easier because of Titan and hulking form, so. I'm a beef boy. 6200 life is yeah, you can watch on whichever platform you watch. I stream on both Twitch and YouTube. I don't, you know, I don't have a preference as to which one you watch on. So, if you prefer Twitch, watch on Twitch. If you prefer YouTube, watch on YouTube. At some point, I'll get the chat on the screen. I don't like the chat on the screen because, oh, Havoc, thanks for the Twitch Prime, bro. Thanks, man. I don't like the chat on the stream for my videos. I don't know, I find it I don't know, I like my videos to be kind of cinematic, at least the opening parts. And I feel like the chat on the stream gets distracting for that, so. Hey, Despair Me, thanks for the Twitch Prime. Thanks, you guys. Alright. Oh, it's Justin. Nice. Cool. Thanks for the Prime, man. Blood Barrier and Blood Hunt? Nice. Yeah, I don't know if you saw it, Jeremy, but Lazy Exile did a Blood Barrier build on a Ritualist that was really cool for Simulacrum specifically. You might want to check that out. There might be some things you can snipe from it if you haven't seen that build. I'll do a Rust Bowl. Hope they buff Ignite. Yeah, like we don't know the state of the balance patch we're getting today or wherever it comes out, right? I'm hoping it's got a lot of really good balance changes. Are you banned or something? No. Why would you be banned? I think it would tell you if you're banned. I don't know though. Maybe it doesn't tell you when you're banned. Yeah, this is still Wind Dancer. I might be well, depends on what the patch notes give us. But that's why I haven't started anything new. I was waiting to see what the patch notes do. I have gear prepared to do a Magma Barrier build. It just depends on what the patch gives us, so. But, I'm thinking a Magma Barrier build next on a Smith of Katava. But that just depends on the patch today. Are you gonna play with the new unique? Probably. It depends on the price and stuff. Like, I imagine everyone and their mother is going to be trying to make that ice staff work, right? So, like, obviously I want to play with it, but, like, with my limited budget, I don't know if, you know, I'm going to be able to do anything cool with it. Especially if it's an expensive staff, right? But I think we're getting a lot more uniques than the ones they teased, so hopefully there's just a bunch of stuff to play with. Yeah, staves, like I was trying to explain that earlier, like, staves like that, they just don't scale well, like, it would be very odd if that was like it would have to be insanely overpowered if it was like a 30 divine staff, right? Or it'd have to be like overpowered with a low drop rate. And I doubt it's going to be overpowered or that, but what would make it expensive is if GGG made it too low of a drop rate, and I don't think they're gonna do that. Not for new uniques they want people to play with, right? That would be weird if, like, hey, look at these new uniques that have a 0.01% drop rate that you'll never see. That's actually probably a good drop rate compared to most uniques, though. Luckily, I could try and sell my Chernobog, but if they nerf Chernobog's, or they buff Chernobog's drop rate, I won't be able to reflip it. Just like the Vertex. I mean, yeah, that's what happened with Vertex, so. Last time I played Magma Barrier was in patch 0.1. I had multiple Magma Barrier builds. I think my most popular PoE videos were my Magma Barrier builds from 0.1. I had it doing like 45 million damage. I was one-shotting bosses with it and stuff. I have not played with Magma Barrier since 0.2 because they nerfed it. But I'm at the point in the league where it's like, well, let's go try it out. Yeah, that's what I feel is the problem with a lot of uniques right now. Like, they're just too rare to find, and they're also, but they're like in niche builds. So it's just like these niche builds that could be getting like a lot more love are like gated behind absurd prices. And yeah, I don't know. I'm so hyped for this patch, man. Like. And 0.3 though.
I'm not ready.
Hey, nice Wonder.
Steel yourself.
Yeah, I feel like, depending on what's happening soon, I might be doing like a hardcore solo self-found run on this Wind Dancer build or something. It really just depends on the patch notes. I mean, I think I have drops on, but I don't know. Maybe I don't have them on. I think they turn on by default. But I won't be streaming during the live stream anyways. I don't think the live stream's like 5 hours or something. I don't know if you would use Blood Barrier with Thorns specifically. You'd be better off using like a Thorn shield if you're doing a Thorns build. You don't have to do anything? Gotcha, good to know. I'm a noob streamer, especially on Twitch. Because when I first started streaming, I was only YouTube streaming. So like drops and like the raids and stuff is all new to me. Yeah, I definitely won't be streaming when the event goes on. Unless the patch happens to go live, like right before it or something. You never had to turn them on, gotcha. Whoa, he just teleported, you see that? Huh? That was weird. Oh, my Nightbot timed that out. Rip. I allowed it to. Damn you, Nightbot. Yeah, I'm curious. Like, we don't know if they're gonna rebalance some uniques and stuff. Like, I really hope this is a big 0.2 patch and not like a small one. But we'll see what happens. Okay. This dump tab's up to the top now. Just has to be that way. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, the perfect Driller Orb drop rate is nice. Like, I always have perfect Driller's Orb now. I have 6 right now. And, like, I just spam them on my characters. Like, I'm not even using the 6th length on that Herald yet. That's just me being a bum, though. Sure, let's risk a Valve Factory. Why not? I am sure it's fine. A was is... How did I end up here? I thought I clicked the Valve Factory. How did I get baited into a hidden grotto? No! This isn't what it was supposed to be. Never hidden grotto. I hate hidden grotto. I didn't want to come here. Damn you, hidden grotto. Did I select grotto? No, that couldn't have been what happened. No. It's never my fault. This is GGG's fault. Definitely I'm innocent. And there's no VOD to prove it. I'm not sure. I only briefly used Plague Bearer yesterday, and I didn't really like it, so I swapped off. I didn't try many techniques with it.
Feel my wrath. I need more time. I can't.
What armor do you use? It's called Couture of Crimson. It allows you to Overleech. It gives you the Blood Mage effect. Which I'm curious how this works on a Blood Mage. Does it double stack? Or no? I'm guessing it can't double stack. That would be crazy, right?
Creature. I can't yet.
Does Thorns have a chase unique yet? The closest thing would be Chernobog, the shield. It's not Thorns specifically, but it boosts your Thorns damage like Ming's Heart does. It's like multiplicative or whatever they call it. So it's like... It is the most... It's the single item you can get the most damage from as Thorns. So I would say Chernobog is the pinnacle chase item for Thorns right now. But it's not specifically a Thorns unique. I don't know if you would need Astromentus for Thorns. I mean, Astromentus are just good, right? But, like, I wouldn't call it a Thorns chase unique.
Flee before me!
That's just like an OP item. That's kind of like how I view the belt from King of the Mist. It's just like a good item that like can slot into any build. There we go, found the boss. Alright, let's see if we can avoid getting clobbered by him. I'm pretty tanky. I don't think I'm gonna die to him. He's not delirious, so he ain't that scary.
I need more time.
Oh my god, he's got so much armor. He a thick boy.
I can't yet.
There we go. That cooldown on my Infernal Cry is so long. But yeah, I bought a bunch of magma barrier stuff. I think that's what I'm going to do next. My worry is just the magma barrier build is just going to be a shield charge build. But we'll see what happens. I really want to make this item work. Every time I see it, I think, man, I wish Cyclone was in the game. And then I could do like a pull-in build with Cyclone. But yeah, I think I'm going to do a magma barrier build using like Trample Toe and maybe even Chernobog.
Indeed.
I'll hold on to this in case I want to try and craft it later. It's like okay. It depends. Yeah, I don't like Whirling Slash though. I hate the way it feels. I'm weird, but like I hate I'm a big Cyclone enjoyer, and to me, Whirling Slash is like halfway towards Cyclone, but an annoying version of Cyclone because you're not actually going forward. You're like doing these like weird lunges. It's like like you're like jump, 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 and like I don't like that. Like it doesn't. It's like it's like baiting me with like a fake Cyclone. So I just don't like the way it feels. I'm not a fan of the skill. But I think that's just because I enjoy the smoothness of Cyclone. And that skill is like literally like the character's like, I don't like it. It ain't for me. And I heard swords are like so far off, so who knows? Man, my Atlas is just a mess. I do got a lot of bosses up. Let's do a Savannah.
You are being controlled by greater forces.
Face. Yeah, cause like Cyclone is like cutting butter. You're just gliding. There's no friction to it. And, yeah. Whirling Slash just isn't that, you know? That was a cool spread. All these evasive mobs. No, there's no way they changed Cyclone. Cyclone is one of those skills that's like... It's got like a cult following type skill. Like, you can't fuck with Cyclone in any game. Like, Whirlwind, Cyclone, whatever you end up calling it, like, it has a very specific feel that if you mess with that, you're, like, pissing off a large portion of your player base. There's no way it's... Like, they're gonna mess with it by, like, locking it to swords only or something like that, right? Like, because that's what they're doing in PoE, but it's still gonna feel the same. 6k HP how for my chest piece? This chess piece is amazing. Couture of Crimson. No Alks on me. Ugh. Yeah, right now I'm just waiting for the patch notes because I'm holding off on I may be doing a KallTorak build on my Tactician. I might be doing a Magma Barrier build on a Smith of Katava. I might if there's Thorns changes or our new Thorns unique, I might have to go revisit all my Thorns builds. Like, I have no actual idea. I have no idea what I'm going to play personally. I'm really liking the idea of the Magma Barrier character just to revisit Magma Barrier finally. It won't be as good as Wind Dancer, I think, but there might be a way to force it to be okay. Let's just keep making these dump tabs bigger, boys. Let's keep filling them up with more ultimatums I'm not gonna do. I'll craft it later. Yeah, let's save these pack size maps. I gotta have better maps I can run. Not better maps, but like just cheap maps. Here, we'll just send that one. I like Bloomin' Field. Where'd that Bloomin' Field go? The boss is fun. I like Crypt too. We'll do a Crypt first. Do you test Rolling Slams for Aftershock and rare bosses? No, I don't like Rolling Slam. Not a fan. The patch is supposed to be today. Later tonight. It won't be like anytime soon, is my understanding. Maybe if we're lucky it's before the PoE 1 stream, but I bet it's after the PoE 1 stream. I bet they want all focus on the PoE 1 stream, and then they're gonna, like, maybe the patch is even tomorrow. I don't know. Rolling Slam is fun if you use it on totems. Interesting. I'll have to see, look into that. Patch will come in 10 hours like always. Is it always a nighttime patch? Or, I guess, nighttime for me. Where's the lever? There it is. Yes, gotcha. I hope it's a massive patch, man. I'm hoping for some thick boy patch notes. And if we get a thick boy patch notes, I might stream again later tonight. It just depends on how big the patch is. I'm really worried it's gonna be like, because one of the things that Jonathan said in the interview is like all the people who make major balance decisions in PoE at their company are working on PoE 2 right now, or PoE 1 right now, right? And my concern is that because of that, they haven't been like that. Maybe this patch will be softer than I'm wanting it to be. Freezing's messing me up. 6K life is crazy. It is crazy. I have never felt this tanky on a Titan before. But I have only died to a few very specific silly things happening. It's pretty brain off though. I can like just straight up read chat. Like I said, I am like pretty confident I'll be using this chess piece on a lot of characters going forward. I imagine if it like, it'll have a price increase to it. Like it's going to be like an expensive like multi-divine piece, like 3 to 5 divines or something. Unless its drop rate is really high, because it's just, yeah, I just imagine like every league start, I'm gonna run for this chess. It's called Couture of Crimson. I guess I really need to get a video out on this build because a lot of people aren't aware of the chess. What annoying. Do I have Heartbreaking right now just for the extra strength and crit damage bonus? Since Thunder scales off crit damage bonus and extra strength is extra strength. Could do Cooked. Thought about Cooked. But keeping this one for now. Alright, I definitely skip the boss. He's up there. Same, Notorious, like before this patch notes is gonna like decide my next 2 months of like playing this game, because like Right now I'm 50-50 on whether I'm playing the PoE1 patch, but if this patch note has, like, a bunch of stuff that lets me make new builds, but also revisit Thorns and revisit all my current builds, like, if they fix the Gilded Beetle, I can go back to my Minion Swarm build, right? Like, there's so much that I'm hoping for from this patch. I hope I'm not getting myself too excited, but, like, I could easily play this patch until 0.3. Man, he has some thick-ass armor. %6 damage recoup and 25% fast recoup effect. That's cool, too. That would be pretty good for this build, not gonna lie. Which one's that? Pliable Flesh. Is that this one over here? Yeah, it is. Agree to discuss isolation. Yeah, I'm curious how that would work with my style. I feel like I would need to take... Oh, I do have this. I forgot I did take this. Yeah, that's not bad. I would bet I would be pretty damn tanky with that. I might try that out. Good idea. Pliable Flesh. Yeah, because Chernobog has the low block chance, right? So in order to get your block chance up to 75% to utilize Lay Siege and Offensive Stance, you would either need to take this, which doubles your block chance, which is what I took. There's an Anoint over here that kind of does the same thing. It's called Glancing Hits, but it's only 30% increased block chance. It's not doubles your block chance, so... I wasn't able to get high enough block chance anointing this. But since we're taking damage from the block hits now, that makes Pliable Flesh more viable. So, like that, just as a defensive layer, that is really, really nice. I don't hate it. I'll try it out. But yeah, I just took Hearts Breaking. It's 35% crit damage bonus for bossing... you know, Sunders most of our damage, and it has the guaranteed crit, so any crit damage bonus is nice. I'm at like 335% right now, so. And then, of course, we're strength stacking, so that was why I took that. There's a lot of good stuff, like Cooked to 60% increased critical damage bonus. Like, I could anoint Lay Siege or Offensive Stance to save all these passive points. Like, there's so much you can... There's so many good anoint options and stuff. Like, who knows what's better. Oh yeah, and I haven't been doing my weapon swap for bossing. So on bossing, I do this. And then I have like a bleed set up for bossing to like burn them down a little bit better, but it doesn't have the area of effect stuff. But I have to see, this is why I don't do the weapon set swaps, because I've been streaming this entire time and I haven't remembered to do it once. That's why I try and make my builds for one weapon set, because not because I don't think it's good, but because I'm a dumb bum. Yeah, isn't Throat Seeker one of the ones over here? Which one is it? Throat Seeker, where's Throat Seeker? Is it one of these ones? Yeah, Throat Seeker. Crit damage bonus, yeah, 60% crit damage bonus. That would be better than Cook, because Cook has the reduced global cooldown, so that's a good idea, yeah. That would be better than Cooked for sure. So they have Throat Seeker would be another good option if you wanted more single target. But yeah, I think those are the best single target DPS options would be Throat Seeker. If you're struggling with stat stacking, you go Heartbreaking for the 10 extra strength, which I'm over the cap right now, so I would probably be swapping to Throat Seeker for single target, and then if I wanted defensives, which I might do the defensive send up just to like be super tanky, like I kind of want to try out Pliable Flesh, but I I feel like the optimal play would be Throat Seeker, but I'm not sure. There's a lot of ways it can be fried, and like because I'm doing like this alternate bleed setup for single target, it's a little funky. Spearfield's cool, man. I thought about doing a Spearfield build, Luis, I think that's awesome, man. Defending crits with 200. So I do usually take the defending crits with 200% armor node. This one right here. I just don't have much armor right now, so I didn't think it was worth the 2 points. Like, I'm not super armor stacked. If I had like way more armor on, because right now this is an evasion armor. This is armor energy shield, so it's not like. And then Chernobog's not a high armor shield. I don't even have armor on this belt. Only 313 armor on this chest. Only shame here is your weapon skin. I try not to use skins. I like to show off the in-game skins too much, so that when people like look at the thumbnails or something, they like know what gear items I'm wearing. But yeah, yeah. Overall, I'm happy with the state of this Wind Dancer build. Like, I genuinely want to, like, at some point before 0.3, I'm probably going to do a solo self-found run and try and force the Wind Dancer build. I think of all of my Reflect builds, it's by far the most solo self-found viable I've seen. Quit being so evasive. Yeah, obviously the hardest part is like getting the good maces, because you need a mace with weapon skills or melee skills as well as high DPS. So you'd be mace farming a lot, but you wouldn't be able to level it like a true Wind Dancer as like most of your damage, but I bet you can make like a transition to it at endgame at some point. And like kind of hybrid it up. Your main skill is Gathering Storm on Ritualist. That sounds cool. Main problem is your shield. Oh yeah, no, Chernobog's too expensive. I've been wanting Chernobog since day one of PoE 2's launch, and this is the first time I've been able to afford it, and I've only been able to afford it because my Wind Dancer build kind of got popular there for a moment, so a lot of my hand-me-down gear was selling really well. That's the only reason I was able to afford Chernobog. This is like the ultra endgame version of this, so... And of course, stat stacking is hard to do in solo self-found as well. I've heard people say that term before, mouthfeel affected. Is that just something Mouthful's known for, is making gear just giga expensive after he releases a build? I like Mouthful. I think he's my favorite big streamer. That's happened with me 2 or 3 times now. In 0.1, it happened with Magma Barrier. When I made my Magma Barrier build, I bought the Prism of Belief for it for 1 Divine, and I sold it for like 60 Divine the day after my video came out. And then with this build, literally everything that the build used skyrocketed in price, but my Vertex I bought for an Exalt, and I sold it for like 16 Divine. So like, but even like the weapons I was using that I bought for an Exalt were selling for multiple Divine. Like one weapon I bought for a Divine sold for 20 Divine now, like a couple days ago. I mean, it was yesterday. It was yesterday on stream. It sold for 15 Divine. Like, There was just a demand for the build, and oh, the evasives.
You won't get away from me.
Oh, so he really does, like, yeah, when I watch all of, like, so when I first started getting into the PoE content creation, I watched all of the big creators to try and find a, like, content style I, like, resonated with how I wanted to play the game. And Malthill's style was, like, just from both a presentation style and how he played the game, he was, like, by far my favorite of, like, the big streamers. And right now, I'm making, like, 3 builds a week, so it's funny to hear that, like, that's how he was, like, grinding back in the day. Because, yeah, of all the big streamers, like, I like his playstyle the most, but not just his playstyle, it's, like, how he presents his content. You're doing almost, like, story time with Malthill, right? Like, he takes you on a journey with the build. He's not just, like, in his stash, like he does, like the stash tab explanation, the stash, like sitting in your stash explanation, but he does that like halfway through his video, like I do, and I like took that idea from watching his videos. Like he spends the first 5 minutes like showcasing the build and stuff, and then yeah, they're always really fun builds too. Damn, that's crazy. I don't even know what Gathering Storm is, but that looked cool. I hope 0.3 introduces a better Exalt sync. Yeah, I don't know if, like, it's really interesting. I've never played a league this long that I want to continue playing it still. Like, so there's just, like, this level of inflation that's happened that, like, we do need more Exalt syncs, but there's just, like, an extra level of inflation going on right now that's, really interesting. And I don't know how GGG should respond. Oh, there's that Valve Factory I wanted to do forever ago. What's the price right now? Let's see. A Divine is... Well, prices are usually cheaper in the morning. I've seen Divines getting up to like 700 to 800, 750-ish at like peak hours. It's pretty bad. It gets pretty bad.
Your life will leave no trace.
It's to the point that, like, I leave Exalts on the ground. So, yeah. You're sitting on 100 divs right now? I had about 40 to 50 yesterday, but I spent them all on the new Titans gear. Now I'm broke. Left this rare back here. That's the thing about off-meta builds, Luis, is they teach you how to survive. And I've just learned all the tricks to being super tanky. Can't even tell what's happening. Screen's going nuts. But yeah, I have 6,200 life right now. I'm res cap with 60% chaos res. And in this patch, they're supposed to... I keep forgetting that so much stuff's coming in this patch. In this patch, they're supposed to be nerfing, like, chaos damage and stuff. Like, a lot of the stuff that's killing people. Like, having 60% chaos res, the only reason I need chaos res is to survive those goddamn seeds. The poison flower things. So it's just like... It's going to become easier to live in this patch. Fine, don't let me up there. Thank you. Oh yeah, no, the plants need to get gutted. Like, half the reason, like, you guys see me avoiding rituals, it's because in my brain, I just think, well, there's probably going to be the seeds, so I don't even want to bother. So, like, once those are nerfed, I'll be spamming rituals all the time, but right now I just, like, don't even want to bother, because even though I know there's, like, only a 25% chance it's the seeds. Look, I bet it's the seeds. Is it the seeds? No seeds? Oh, it's the seeds! It's the seeds! I can't wait for this patch. Because, like, with Sunder, like, it's so hard to get a Sunder off. The damn seeds, man. That's why I don't do ritual. GGG has said a few times that by launch, they're gonna make several things to address trade. They haven't been full silent on it. It's just right now it's not their biggest priority, but they have said that some form of buyout system and trading changes are coming by 1.0. If they hadn't said those words, I'd be like raging about trade all the time, but right now I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt that they will fix it by, or at least make changes to make it better by 1.0. And yeah. If they don't, then at some point I will start complaining, but I have faith. I have faith it'll get better.
I've no more room.
I have no more room. Is Wind Dancer Titan still viable on 20 div budget? Probably to get started. Your gear wouldn't be as good as mine because I'm using Chernobog, but you don't need Chernobog to do this build at all. You don't even need to do Chernobog in the shield version. It'd be... That's almost really good. Of course, it had to be corrupted from a fucking Exile, dude. But yeah, 20 div's probably more than enough to get started. Alright, I'm gonna have to buy more dump tabs later.
Of course.
Exactly. That's my hope, is that it's a new stash tab that, like, it's essentially, it's just buyouts. It's just like some form of buyout system that, like, please. Yeah, it's giving me the life overflow. It's this chest piece here. Couture of Crimson. How is Chernobog feeling? Amazing. I'm excited, like, depending on these patch notes, I'm, like, going to be doing, like, a Chernobog, like a rerun series where, like, I go through, like, all my old builds and see how they feel with Chernobog or something, because I've been wanting Chernobog since like week 2 of Path of Exile's launch or something. Like I've wanted it for so many builds, and I finally have. Or was it patch 0.2 Chernobog got introduced? Or was it last patch? I don't remember. In patch 0.1. Either way, I've wanted it for a while, and I finally have it. I'm pretty sure in recent interviews, Jonathan has specifically said that they're going to be adding some form of, like, buyout tab. And that they're, like, going with the times now. They don't want to dig their heels on it anymore. But again, I'm not going to sit here bitching about trade in the early access. If we're, like, about to hit 1.0 and it's like, hey, the game's coming out in 2 months and there's no word on any form of trade fixes, you know, then I'll start molding. But, I got other things I want to complain about right now. They need to buff Thorns more. That should be their only priority right now, is fixing Thorns builds. And why think about anything else, right? That was cool looking. Sometimes when the density is nice, it's just like really fun to watch. Woo. Well, I was reading chat as those chaos seeds came in. I remember watching, like, a video recently that had a bunch of clips of all the time they talked about it, and Jonathan was, like, more optimistic, and then I think he just straight up said that some major trade changes are coming in before full launch. I don't think we should be expecting an auction house, but hopefully it's something, you know? So my biggest... I honestly don't think armor is bad. Oh. This is what I'm talking about with, like, all my old hand-me-down pieces are, like, selling well. My old helmet is selling for 5 divine right now. I honestly don't think armor is bad. What I think is armor's move speed penalty is what's bad. I don't mind using armor, and I think there's a lot of great ways to scale armor. It's just when I'm using armor, I'm as slow as a fucking dirt. Like a dirt turd rolling down a hill. I don't know what kind of comparison that is, but like the armor penalty on move speed is why I don't like playing armor. I intentionally go out of my way to get armor hybrid pieces because I hate how slow you go. Like, it's not just that armor is, like, not as good as energy shield, but it's coming with this downside that, like, it makes sense technically, thematically, but it doesn't have place in a gameplay environment. Like, why am I being penalized for using armor? Like, if I'm going slower wearing armor, it's because armor should be making me unkillable, and it doesn't do that. So I'm going slow just to be kind of defensive, and yeah, I don't know why. Like, if it's going to be in the state that it's in now, remove the move speed penalty, or make it way better. I need to get that map over there. Always pick up maps. They're at least free gold. Exactly. The speedrunners play without armor for a reason, like I actively look for armor, like, hybrid pieces, and would be okay wearing a full evasion piece if it came to it, like, if it had the right stats, just because, like, right now I'm only going 25%, and, like, some characters are, like, going, like, 45%, 50%, like. Oof, I gotta get my armor break better. Man, I am so beef. I feel like if they added a bunch of stuff to the currency exchange as white bases, that would be so nice. Like, why can't I buy white bases for Waystone 15s? Why can't I buy white bases for all of the tablets? Like, Gear 2 would be cool, right? But, like, specifically tablets and maps, why can't we buy bases for that through the currency change? Like, the currency exchange could solve a lot of the friction with trading by itself, right?
Of course.
But imagine if you could sell Stellar Amulet white bases through the currency exchange. Like, I don't see why not, right? Why is that a problem? Do I really need to, like, get 50 Stellar White Amulets at once and sell them in bulk to someone? Or can I list them through Alva? Like, that seems fine to me, right? Obviously, you need to be selective on the item, but, like, these tablets, like, why can't they be in the Alva system? It seems fine to me. Tablets are basically scarabs. I don't know what scarabs are. I'm guessing they're just a PoE 1 version of buffing maps. I have not played PoE 1 in a while. Let's do Oasis, sure. What budget is Windancer Titan right now? To get online, I imagine you could start it with maybe less than 10 Divine, but to get it, like, super juiced, it's like, it's gotten pretty expensive. It's hard to stat stack right now. A lot of the stat stacking gear has gone up in price. Vertex is now expensive, so I don't know, to be honest. When I started this character, it was insanely cheap to get him online, but now, like you just saw, I sold one of my old hand-me-down pieces for 5 Divine, like. Hey! Amuro, how you doing, man? Thanks for the Twitch Prime, bro. I'm doing good, man. How are you? Just an early morning stream. Woke up. Did some errands, got breakfast. Had to do some game development work for a few hours, and then felt like playing the game, so decided to stream. Oh, is there a difference between a Prime and a normal sub? I don't know the difference. I just say the words whenever I see the sub come through. It may even be more expensive. It could be cheaper. I don't know, to be honest. I haven't, like, tried rebuilding this build from, like, a fresh budget, so I just know stat stacking is kind of expensive. You might be able to get it online cheaper. Like, you can level with the build pretty easily, but, like, it depends on what you define as online. Like, if farming red maps, like, with good modifiers, I don't know how cheap you can do that right now. Yeah, like, the problem, like, one of the biggest entry points Lordian just mentioned is, like, the weapon. Like, you need a good weapon, right? Like, if you want to clear good, like, jet and stuff, you'll need at least, like, a 5 to 15, 20 Divine weapon. After that, you can probably make any other slot work cheaply. Like, this Leech chest piece is cheap. And I would maybe try buying it before I make this video. I don't know if the price will actually spike, though. But I don't know if it'll be another Vertex situation, but having 6,000 life is pretty overpowered, so... I don't think people realize, like, when I first read this, Life Leech can overflow maximum life, I thought it meant this. I thought it was talking about fast metabolism. So I was like, oh, okay, it's just this, but we don't have to use the passive. I don't really care about that. But it's not. It's like Blood Mage. So if you have a Leech build, which I am doing a Leech build, it essentially doubles your life. Where's this boss at? Down there. Basically Grim Feast for life, but if you have Leech. And it's like easier because it just procs off of your Wind Dancer. I mean, what level are you trying to do the third trial? Try and do it at a later level. You might be doing it too soon. How do you manage Secamus? What the fuck? Do I get there from there? Oh, I just walked back to the front. I see what I did. Yep, I got turned around at some point. Straight talking while streaming. I don't know. I've never had problems with Secamus. But I've, like, leveled 50 characters by now. Even without honor resistance relics, block is just... makes Secamus easy. I don't know. But for the third one, I always... yeah, it's level 71. I usually don't do the third one until, like, closer to 75, 78, unless I'm in really twinked out gear. And if you don't have relics, it doesn't help. Make sure you have the 80% honor resistance relics or whatever. Like, get up to the 80% cap. But yeah, I usually do the third one over leveled.
You tread where you do not belong.
Oh, he's got seeds? That's not fair.
The weak shall kneel before my wrath. They shall feast on your flesh.
Stop spawning. There we go. Your 30 Spirit Crown sold? Nice, what'd you get for it? I love Smith and Katava. I think it's great. I mean, I'm not really a self-found guy, so, like, all of my solutions are, like, trading, and I don't know how to craft. That's why I don't play solo self-found. It's just hard in this game. But I think Katava is, like, the obvious choice for solo self-found, just because of how good the ascendancy is. But I'm new to Smith, so I didn't mean to sell that stuff. I'm too dependent on trade. Like, whenever I run into walls, I go look at how many exalts I have, and then I look at the trade. So, like, all of my solutions would just be, go get this gear, but you're solo self-found. You don't have that option. Well, you do have that option, but you just have to grind really hard for it. Like, they just announced how they're adding to the crafting bench in PoEing 1 the way you can, like, chance orbs from the crafting bench. Like, I hope they add that to PoE 2, because, like, one of my biggest issues with Thorns is trying to use a skill like, is trying to use a helmet like Crown of the Pale King for a Thorns build, but you can't get that until a self-found League start, or on a League start easily. But if the crafting bench could, like, chance orb reliably, and you could target farm those, like, starter uniques, that would be a lot better.
Steel yourself.
I don't like the freeze one because it messes with your spreads. It was hard to see that guy. I didn't see the half recovery dude there. That's like the most deadly mod to me in all of my reflect builds is the uniques that make it to where you can't recover over half. The rares that make it to where you can't recover over half. That modifier is the most dangerous for me.
Steel yourself.
You don't think they'll add it? I see. That sucks, because that's one of my biggest complaints about the early game is getting those uniques. It's too hard to get the base, and it's too hard to get the chance orbs. But if we were able to target farm uniques, it'd be a lot better, you know?
I will crush you.
Target farm them easier. You can already kind of target farm them, but it's like pure RNG. I mean, I'm talking in a league start scenario. If I want to league start Thorns, and I'm wanting to play Thorns from level, whatever, 14, that you can put on Crown of the Pale King, I have to get a Cultist Crown and a Chance Orb by level 14, and then have to land on the Crown of the Pale King. Like, the odds of you doing that league start is not, like, that is hard. You have to get the Cultist Crown, and then, like, I don't want to be sitting in some, like, level 14 area forcefully trying to farm the uniques for the Chance Orbs and, like... Well, yeah, that's why I was saying, like, the thing preventing me from league starting Thorns is that scenario, right? Like, not league starting, solo self-founding Thorns. Like, I would love the solo self-found Thorns, but that's why I'm going to do solo self-found on Wind Dancers, because Wind Dancer doesn't require that helmet. It just requires a good weapon with melee skills, and that's, like, easier to force, in my opinion. Maybe not easier long-term, but yeah. I tried solo self-found in 0.1, and I was not a fan. I've never been a solo self-found player, and I gave it my first try. Everything I hear about PoE 1's crafting sounds like it has everything I would want for this game's crafting, but right now I would just rather trade. I would 100% just rather trade, you know? This is even a PoE 1 problem in solo self-found, and there's like 5 to 10 times the loot? Really? Yeah, just, I don't know. Maybe it's because I play the weirder builds. maybe it's just because I'm not as good as a player that I find myself being more unique dependent. But I just feel like a majority of my builds, I want uniques for them. I mean, like, Thorns is not, like, the best example for this argument, because, like, Thorns is literally requires that unique, so that's a different scenario. But, like, in this build right now, you know, like, I'm loving playing with, like, obviously you wouldn't need Kucher and Chernobog, but, like, I want to play with them, right? That's the difference, is that want. Oh yeah, I love Pariahs. Pariahs is a great example of a unique that I frequent a lot. It is a wonderful leveling unique. Ooh, I like Fortress. Yeah, it's solo self-found. You just have to play very differently. You just, like, that's why, solo self-found creators end up becoming very popular within that, like, subgenre of the game mode, right? Is, like, if you're a solo self-found creator, like, you're almost more in demand because you're more needed. Good solo self-found builds, like, that are, like, affordable and, like, fun. Those are always going to be, like, super appealing to people. Yeah, that's why I don't like, it's another, like, when I think about crafting in this game, it's like, okay, I gotta collect a bunch of two-handed maces and then recombinate them 1,000 times, and it's like, yep. Okay. So I'll just wait until it's in a better state. I love when they do the cascading explosion. It's so fun. Babal's gonna be down there, isn't she? I should go check. She's either down there or up there. Maybe she was up there. Maybe she is down there. Yeah, off-adding scepters is good. I just hate weapon swapping. I try and make my builds do one weapon set because I just forget. Because, like, I do have this single target weapon set up, but the only reason I remember to swap for this boss is because we were literally just talking about it. And there's a possibility I forget to swap back after this boss. Oh, I missed. No! I didn't say mist of salami. I said I missed. Oh my god. She's being a real pain. The Sunder Woes. Whew. That evasive. Just miss, miss, miss. That does sound fun. Yeah, I'm excited to watch the stream later. What do you think the odds are that they ever see the popularity of Thorns and Reflect styles in PoE 2, and they give the Retaliate effect in PoE 1 support? Do you think there's ever a possibility they bring Thorns to PoE 1? Or is that just pure copium on my end? The stat's always been there, they just never used it for whatever reason, and now they see that people want to play it. I don't know if it's likely 3.26 has Thorns support, but maybe long term we get some love for Thorns in PoE 1. "100% thought you were a heavier set white guy." Wouldn't that just be like an accurate statistic to make of like most of these people that stream? Or I think that just might be a stereotype of like the average gamer. If it helps, I'm half white. I am mixed race, so... You are technically correct. You think there's a chance? That'd be cool, man. I wouldn't mind seeing it, how it played out in that game. Is Thorns a build? Yeah. Oh, that's try. Shut up, fool. I actually got baited by that. I did not realize that was try. Shut up. Hey, what's up, man? I got baited by that. A Savannah or Russ? Savannah. I'll do a Savannah. It was really easy for you to do too. I didn't even read your name. I just like read your message and moved on. Yep. Definitely easy baits. Sup, Try? I never stream on Twitch, so. And yeah, I don't do base Twitch streams. I'm one of those weird PoE 2 Andes. Are you streaming for the live stream later today, Try? Died reading chat. That'll happen. Yeah, someone told me the drops were already on, but I won't be streaming for it, no. I might host you for it if I'm still alive by then. That's why I was asking. No, it's too far away for me to want to stream through it too. But gotcha. I'll need to add that drop stuff to the tags. Alright, let's go get the Colossus. Oh, it says drops enabled. Gotcha. Gotcha, gotcha. Come on, you missed a Valorb. I think I got 800 of them in my stash right now. This season's been going on for way too long. I leave Exalts on the ground right now. If it doesn't make the Divine Norb noise, I don't notice it right now. It's just a side effect of being 2 months into a league, you know? Hey, what's up, Choi? Good luck with your dad. Hope it is a smooth process. I am scared hype for this 0.2 patch because I'm really wanting to give 3.26 a real try, but the uniques they tease for this patch today, and I keep forgetting about all the stuff that's supposed to be coming. We're getting the nerfs to the chaos damage and all the stuff that's killing. Like, we're getting the balance changes. We have no idea how much balance changes are coming. Like, 3.26 and this new patch coming for PoE 2 is like almost too much game. I'm very excited for both. Oh, the Citadel stuff. Like, dude, there's just so much coming that I forgot. We don't even know what else could be coming. They said there's going to be some balance changes making the mid-tier builds a little bit better. Remember when I said I would forget, like, I don't do the weapon sets because after that boss I would forget to swap my weapon set back to my mapping setup? That's why I don't do it, because I literally forgot it and I said it 10 seconds before forgetting, so... yeah. I'm really bad with the weapon swap and stuff. I just don't remember. Put up there for my Sundra. There we go. Oh. Thorns too powerful. My game froze. Is it coming back? There we go. Okay. Thorns too strong. It broke the game, but we came back. All right. All right. Oh, your hardcore Smith died Polyus? That sucks, man. Alright. Who wants to be upset? Look at this tab right here. How many of you are upset looking at the state of this dump tab? And how gross it is? Is anyone triggered right now? Because if so, look at these dump tabs. Look at this dump tab. Oh. ADHD is a curse, everybody. Don't let it get the best of you. Oh, my tabs. I usually don't play leagues this long. I usually don't let play for more than a couple weeks, so my stash tab management skills are bottom tier. These quad tabs are triggering your OCD? Yeah. Putting the stream on chat mode so I can't see that? I'm sorry, boys. I have to live with this. I have to live with this life. It's a rough one, but we make do. Having OCD is much worse. Listen, I think I might rather have OCD because I would clean this up. Think of how many divines. Think of how many divines are in this tab that are just sitting here. And you know what's going to happen? I'm not actually going to sort through it later. I'm just going to vendor it all because it's too overwhelming to deal with. That's the worst case scenario. Is I'm not even hoarding it to get value later. I'm just going to dump it all. Just going to be tossed aside. Useless. Why are the jewels? Yeah, look at if I sort by jewel. What is this? Oh, I have a scavenge plating presumably in here. I was wondering where that was. Look at the jewels. It's like a Christmas tree. That's a lot of jewels too. Like, I guarantee you, there's at least like 25 divines of jewels here. Like, if I just slammed them all with exalts, a handful of them would itself for some divines. Maybe one day I do like a big a stash tab cleaning stream. Oh, that's the stupidest idea I've had. Yeah, we're not gonna do that one. I think it's funnier if we just let them rot. And eventually all those tabs will transfer to standard, and then the standard tabs will have to deal with it. If they had an auto sort tab, it would help some. But it wouldn't help enough, I think.
Steel yourself. Feel my wrath.
Oh wow, that was a big lag spike. Do other streamers have hoarding problems? They all do? Okay. I feel less bad then. I feel less bad then. I don't know what I'm doing with my path here. Well, Rabbit is like good at the game, so that's different. The people that actually know how to farm and play the endgame loop well, that you're required to be organized. Just because you're crafting so many like maps and stuff, right? So. Being a build maker, you don't actually have to be good at the game. You just have to have time. You just have to put in hours and mess around until something works. Not bad. Still keep forgetting to swap off of the weapon set too. We might as well just leave it on though. Since I'm doing so many bosses right now. Didn't GGG say they were going to add a way to, like, swap your weapons that you have equipped between the sets? Because that would help me a lot more. Because I don't mind having one weapon set that you use across both passive sets. But it's just having to move it, I just don't ever remember. As far as I am aware, Technician, it's only Mink's Heart and Chernobog that, like, that I can know of off the top of my head that works like that for gear. Like, obviously a bunch of support gems do that more damage effect, but, on gear, I think it's just Ming's Heart and Chernobog. Yeah, it's just going to be a good quality of life we get over time. Hopefully 0.3. It's starting to sound like 0.3 is going to be a banger of a patch. Based off that Try interview. Basically, whatever big changes didn't make it into this minor patch we got coming up. And then I say minor, like, it's probably going to be a nice thick patch. Will the price of Ashes and Mjolnir go down? I don't know. Like, I just spent 35 Divine for this Chernobog's. And, like, obviously I hope it's one of the uniques that gets targeted in the rarity changes. But I don't know if Chernobog's will. Just because, like, its effect is kind of OP. But I imagine Astra will. I imagine all of them are going to get a slight tweak. It sounded like the main problem was with, like, how the code was adjusting for, like, the items. Like, it was adjusting for the rarity type and then the type of item it was. And just by tweaking that number in the code, I imagine a lot of items, like, baseline or across the board getting a slight buff. Like, I imagine, like, any ring and amulet is getting some form of buff. So, like, things like Snake Pit Pearl Ring, for sure, are definitely going to have a price increase, or price decrease. It is so hard to talk while playing this game. I gotta get better at it. Astra will always, always be expensive. But it'll never be, like... I don't know if there'll ever be a world where I have an Astra Mentis. But maybe. I'm sorry. I'll close the tab fast. I'll close the tab fast. I have to dump. Oh, my breach dump tab is full. I can do a breach attempt. I'll show you guys what a +3 looks like. +3s are pretty chill. Oops. I sometimes die in 4. It depends on the combo of attacks he hits me with. If I get hit with the 4 slamming down arms when he's doing the freeze attack, I die. And then you waste the breach stone. I guess the breach stones aren't expensive anymore, so I could have just sent the 4. I was thinking from the perspective of, like, if I do a +3, I 100% get the kill. Because I don't die in a +3. But +4s, there's, like, a certain string of attacks will kill me. Just because the wind-up time on Sunder's too long. Like, this wind-up is so long that if, like, you're getting hit by the freeze stuff, it slows you down. And then, the 4 big arms will kill me before I can leech it up. It's the same with +4 Simulacrum. Like, I can do it, like... But, like, if I get a bad rare, like, if the rare type that shows up that has the, recovery is, like, you can't recover over 50% of your life when it's, like, in your radius, like, if that guy shows up and I don't instantly kill it, like, that'll often be, like, an almost instant death in Simulacrum. Like, they're just, like, these random RNG moments when I'm playing Leech builds, or, like, these tanky Reflect builds that, like, if a bad string of RNG hits me, I die. Yeah, exactly. The freeze is what kills me the most on Jet, is if I just happen to get the freeze modifier. Because even the palm that comes down and flattens you, I can live that on this character now. Even on tier 4. But yeah, I'll do another tier 4. I'll do a tier 4 after this tier 3. Just to show. But I've cleared tier 4, so. But yeah, the damage is not the best. I do have my damage set on. Oh, I should have been getting my rage faster. Yeah, but he's spamming the freeze one already. But you can see based off the damage from that, right? Like, I'm not even one-shotting tier 3, so, like, a tier 4 Jet's going to be, like, a 30 to 60 seconds fight, which is a fight I like. I feel like that's the ideal length for fights, is a tier 4 Jet being, like, 30 to 60 seconds. Like, if you're, like, in a min-max build, which is one is. Well, it's not min-max. This is probably, like, I'm not doing low life setup, right? It could be better min-max with low life. I'm trying, like, a bleed alternative right now. For fun. I like bleed for some reason. It's super satisfying. That might be sellable. Okay, let's get another breach splinter. And then I'll do... We'll do a Simulacrum too. I will 100% die in a Simulacrum +4, but that's okay. You know what? We'll do a world tour. Where's the audience with the king? We'll do a little world tour and see how many I can die without dying to. We're not gonna do yeah, okay, those are the only 3 I can do world tours from this menu, so. It sucks that the boss for Expedition is harder to farm. Because, like, you just have to get logbooks, and then the logbook may or may not have him. Unless there's, like, a logbook that guarantees having him that I'm not aware of. I don't really farm Expedition, but... I would put Expedition boss clips in my videos all the time if there was, like, just an easy way to access them. No, not in PoE 2? Gotcha. Oh, I could do, I'll do an Ultimatum, too. I'm pretty sure I already have the Deadly Fate in my stash. Oops.
Hey.
Why are these 157 exalts right now? What? Ultimatum spiking in price? Huh?
How can I help?
Am I misreading? What is happening? 150 for Victorious Fates? Is Ultimatum farming back on the menu? Dude, I love Ultimatum farming. And if we're getting, you know, this much guaranteed exalts now, maybe Ultimatum farming's back. Hey, came here to give you the ultimate tech. What ultimate tech? You're Blood Mage, right? I am not Blood Mage. I am a Titan. Yeah, I use Ambrosia on my my Warbringer. I just forgot to transfer my flask over. I was using Ambrosia before. I just haven't moved all that stuff over yet. But I am not a Blood Mage. I am a Titan. I'm a big old warrior boy on this character. Oh, people are hoarding for the new stash because of the new soul cores. Either way, it sounds like I'm about to be ultimatum farming. It's a visual bug. I don't actually have it. I think because I have the 3rd ring slot on my ritualist, it is like showing up as a visual bug on all of my characters.
Go on.
But yeah, I'm using the yeah, I'm using Blood Magic Keystone. But yes, I was using Ambrosia with a flask before. I just haven't moved all my stuff over from my Warbringer yet. I'm really lazy and dumb.
Of course.
Okay, wait. I needed one of the Fates. We're going to do this little world tour real quick.
Hey.
We're just going to show a bunch of bosses. Okay, I need to remember this helmet, so I'm going to put you, Jesus. I know what the solution is. Buy more quad tabs. I hate everything about my tabs right now. Okay. Okay. Alright. Little world tour. We'll see how the build's holding up. Very likely going to be dying in some of this content. Let me make sure all my Atlas passives are set. Let's get Breach back up to +4. Everything else is at +4. Okay. World touring it up. Let us start with Audience with the King. How much are inscribed ultimatums selling for? I don't know. I've never actually tried selling them or buying them before. I always just have plenty of them. I mean, this tab has a bunch. This tab has a bunch. This tab has a bunch. My ultimatum tab has some. I'm not sure. Alright, Audience with the King. It's been a while since I've done Audience with the King. I haven't done Audience with the King since like week 2 of the patch. My Chaos Res is good. My life's good. Let's see how this goes. That hit hard. I wasn't fully leeched up, and I ate that. Oh my god, I missed. Oh my god, I missed again. I forgot that Sunder has that range drop. He keeps teleporting out of my, ground curse. There we go. That was the big hit I was looking for. Is that enough to phase him? Yes. Yes, it was. Cool. So we at least hit hard for King of the Mist. Mine. Can I tank this? Oh, I thought it was a different skill. There we go. Wow. King of the Mist +4 is super easy. Sheesh. I got dog shit loot. That's not fair. What's making Sunder bleed? I have these bleed nodes here. I'm pretty sure I have Lacerate in Sunder. I have Lacerate in Sunder. And I'm pretty sure I have, 1 Sunder Jewel for bleed. I think I'm over 100% bleed chance. Where do you see bleed chance? Yeah, over 100%. Yeah. Is the patch really going to drop in 8 hours? I hope so, man. That would be really nice. God, I'm so ready for this patch, man. I'm so hyped for it, dude. I hope I'm not getting myself too excited for all the changes it's going to have. But I might be. Alright. Audience with the king down on +4. Now let's do Breach Boss on +4. Again, Jetch is hit or miss. Depends on how hard you crit for, if you get the big bleeds or not, and then the string of attacks he hits you for. Because of the wind-up time for Sunder, it can be really bad. Like, when the 4 arms are coming down, it's too hard with my low movement speed to avoid the 4 arms. So I try to usually tank them, and if I get slowed or interrupted out of my Sunder when those 4 arms hit, it's GG. So, we'll see how it goes. But I have cleared +4 on it, so. I think I've made my damage a little bit better since I killed it yesterday. So, Simulacrum 4, I do not have confidence that I will clear. It's usually like a 20% chance I can clear Simul 4. Maybe even less, because the RNG on what rare modifiers show up can really just end your run. Hey, Ocean. Yeah. I did a very early morning stream. I happened to be up at like 5 a.m. today, and I happened to get like a lot of work done. And I had like just time for a break to play PoE, and I figured, why not stream? Well, I was watching Dead Rabbit stream for a bit, and he was trying to catch Pokemon, and that got me wanting to play PoE. Did you do anything to scale your bleed? Not really. Like, I have, like, the magnitude stuff here. I thought about coming over here and getting deterioration in the weapon swap setup, but I didn't know what to drop for it. Like, I would have had to drop, like... I would have had to change my Anoint and, like... maybe drop this attack damage stuff. I haven't really thought about how to min-max it too much yet, but the other magnitude stuff I would have taken would have been like this area here, because it's like one of the other close spots, but nope. Mostly what's scaling my bleed magnitude is me hitting really hard. Sunder has the guaranteed critical strike chance, so I'm able to stack crit damage bonus, and I could honestly even get it higher. I should do that right now. We're going to do that. We're going to change my Anoint. You know what? Maybe I should do the Recoup Anoint, though. Should I do the Recoup node or the crit damage bonus node? Maybe I do the Recoup node. I was thinking about swapping my node to the... this to the 60% crit damage Anoint, but I might just swap it to... This is how Brain Office build is, by the way. I'm literally just, like, not even, like, paying attention. I just, like, walk straight through this. Talking to y'all. Super Brain Off build. Alright, before we do the boss, let's try the Recoup Anoints. So the Recoup, it is pliable something, right? Or is it pliable flesh? Greed, discuss isolation. I don't think I have any ice. Oh, I do have some. Nice. Perfect. Alright. Did take a slight damage hit. We lost 10 strength, but I'm still good on all my stuff. However, that recoup might end up being really nice, so we'll see how it goes. If it's going to be nice, it's going to... If the recoup plays out the way we want it to, right? The only situations we would want it for is in +4 Jets and in Simulacrum 4. So, if it doesn't feel good here, then there's no reason to run it. This is like the opportune moments for this recoup anoint to be better than the damage anoint. Make sure I'm on the right setup. Okay. We got this. I always forget to build my rage faster. We got the 10 in time, though. We just want 10 in time.
I will crush you.
Red fire blooms. Splits the thread of reality's coiling ties. We command.
This is the part I talked about. Hey, that was actually pretty easy. That was actually pretty easy. That felt pretty nice. I mean, come on. It's not a one-shot fight, right? But for a reflect build, not running deepest tower, by the way, another thing I want to point out. For a reflect build, not running all of these low life nodes, that's not bad, right? Am I like... Do I just have a bad perspective because I play reflect builds too much? But that feels like good DPS to me for this kind of build, right? Like, for a plush 4 Jets, I know people get used to one-shots, but that was, what, a 30-second fight? I feel like that's good. For no multiple weapons, by the way. Yes, I have to use a different weapon setup, but you can, like, forcefully... Like, I've been mapping without swapping this whole time, right? Like... Oh, no, I'm not saying Deepest Tower's bad. I'm just saying every build runs Deepest Tower right now. It's good. And for not running Deepest Tower with this build, which I'm not saying you can't or you shouldn't, but for not doing it, that damage looked good to me. But yeah, I was running Deepest Tower in my Kitava version. I'll figure out all this crap later. Did I see a Chernobog? I bought it yesterday. Yesterday on stream, I had an old two-hander sell for like 25 divine, and then a ring sell for 15 divine. And I was able to afford Chernobog. I think that's all I bought yesterday. I think I spent like all... Oh, and I bought Magma Berry. Oh, I rebought the +2 Prism of Belief for Wind Dancer. I saw someone list it for 10 divine, so I sniped it. And then I bought a Magma Barrier Prism of Belief because I want to try a Magma Barrier build. Alright, here's the real test, Simulacrum. No, I'm really happy with that. I'm very happy with that. That was a really good kill time for a plush 4 Zet. This is my best performing build of the patch for sure. Obviously, it's using Chernobog, so it's not like it's obtainable for a lot of people. That's the downside, is I'm now using Chernobog. Yeah, thanks, Asian. I'm pretty happy about it. Chernobog I've been talking about non-stop, so finally freaking got one. And depending on what this patch gives us, I'm going to have so many builds to test Chernobog with, so... Big high. We're about to be in Build Churn City, especially since I have almost every base ascendancy at max level now. Actually, do I have every base ascendancy at max level now? I do. I do. So yeah, I'm just in Build Churn City now. I don't know if you're still in the chat. I think it was Nice, maybe? I don't know if it was you, Nice. Whoever recommended Pliable Flesh, that might have been a good play. That might have been a... That was not an anoint I would have ever tried for this build. But it makes sense. And if it works out, it works out. It was you? It was you rambling? Gotcha. We'll see how it works out long term. I'm just not sure how it affects the Overleech. But we'll find out in this test here. If I can make it through Simulacrum 4, obviously there's going to be the RNG stuff that kills you, but... Yeah, my just curiosity is, like, how is it, like, is it applying to the Overleech life at all? Because my concern is, this is not having any effect. At least the damage taken of life recouped as life. I don't know if that's having effect with the Overleech. So that effect might only be taking into account when I'm below half. Or below my Overleech life or whatever. And then that might not be good, right? In that scenario. Yeah, you don't use Leech on your build. Yeah, so I don't know for sure. But the Leech helps me survive the one-shots, right? But the recoup is what gets me back on top to get my Leech back up, right? So, like, it could still work in this build. That's what the test is for. Like, it's like a springboard almost. And if it's going to work anywhere for me, it needs to work here. So, this is the perfect test for it. I don't... Oh, that is the build I'm playing. Yeah, it's linking to my PoE Ninja. I'm probably going to edit a build guide update tonight and post it tomorrow. Just because the state of the build's in such a good spot, so... But yeah, there's no build update for this current version yet. It was supposed to be the Warbringer update that was coming, but... I've moved on from the Warbringer. It wasn't bad. It was fun, but this is better. Titan's just better. Yeah, it wouldn't save versus the recovery debuff. I agreed. It does not help versus that. I'm pretty brain off for Simulacrum right now, though. I'm usually not pretty brain off in Simulacrum. I'm literally just, like, looking at chat running in circles, so that's fun. But we were not even at the hard waves yet, so... Focus, focus, focus. Don't want to randomly get one shot. We're on a good spree right now. Yeah, and if this doesn't work, I'm swapping to Throat Seeker. It's the 60% crit damage bonus one. That reduces your crit hit chance, because I don't care about reducing my crit hit chance with Sunder. What I have found with Reflect builds on Simulacrum, especially with the way I'm playing them, is it's these spites. The ranged lightning guys that are the biggest threat, besides the rares, obviously. So, I just, like, run around and, like, run on top of them, so my Reflect gets them poisoned and they die. Because if you let too many of the spites get up, then you're gonna die. Like, that's what overwhelms you and kills you. Are you level 40 Wind Dancer? No, I am level 34 right now. And earlier, I've been playing with, like, yesterday I was playing with only level 29 Wind Dancer. I don't know if level 40... See, like, I'm curious if there might be, like, a tooltip bug with Wind Dancer. I'm not sure. I'm not good at, like, that kind of math figuring out stuff, but when I play Wind Dancer builds, not dual wielding, my damage doesn't feel considerably worse. It's definitely worse, but it's not, like, miles worse. Like, even on my Warbringer that wasn't using Chernobog. And then I see people say comments like they're doing it with a one-hander mace, and it's doing fine. So, like, I don't know how it... Gem skill level is very important, but it's not make or break. Obviously, get as high as you can, but my perspective has slightly changed. When do the live stream drops start? I'm not sure. I am not sure. I will not be streaming for the live stream, though. I thought about streaming for it, but I didn't know if there was going to be enough stuff that I would be able to, like, even talk about. I haven't played PoE 1 seriously since Ritual League, so... Ooh, we got low there. The first time we got kind of low. Yep, there we go. It's just sometimes it's just a little too much when you... I left too many spites up, but my attack speed was getting hindered by that guy, and I couldn't leech up in time. It's a bit rough. Simulacrum's still a bit rough. I obviously wasn't paying the most attention there. I could have had Solar Orb down, but that wasn't even like a deep wave, so... I don't think Simulacrum 4 is a good test for a build, though. A lot of people... I don't... Can someone explain to me why there's a fascination with Simulacrum 4? Because when I post builds, the #1 question I get is, can it do Simu 4? But... I've farmed Simu 4 before, and I don't care about it. So why do people, like, want to do it so bad? It's probably the hardest content, yeah, so they're just wanting to see if it can do, like, but people aren't actively farming it for something, right? It's just like it's like okay, so they're just wanting to know it as a pure strength test. That's it. They're not actually farming Simulacrum. But they're just wanting to see if it can do it because it's like, that's a beefy build if it can do Simulacrum. Some do, but more a challenge thing. Okay, that makes way more sense to me because I don't understand that. It's like literally the #1 question I get for my builds is, can it do Simulacrum 4? More than any other build. And to me, like if I'm pushing my builds, the test for me is Jet. Is like when I see like what the best test, it's like tier 16 maps with deliriums and jets. Simulacrum 4, it is a strength test to me, but I don't see the point in farming it. What do you farm it for, Fish Sticks? Is there something you're specifically wanting to farm it for? We're doing Ultimatum now. We're going to do Trial Master. We're going to go kill Trial Master. What are you most excited for about the patch? All the stuff we don't know that's coming. As silly as that sounds. Like, I'm on a copium train that some form of Thorns love is happening. I just hate farming bosses.
2 wins is barely a reputable streak.
So what do you mean by farming bosses? Like, do you hate that, like, every map has a boss at the end of it? Is that, do you consider that farming bossing where, like, you do a map and then a boss has an end at it? Or are you specifically talking about, like, bow runs and stuff? Like, where you're, like, resetting that zone and only farming, like, jet farming. Like, where you're only doing breach runs over and over, just one-shotting jet over and over again. Because I like killing all the bosses when it comes to mapping. Like, if every map had a boss at the end of it, that, to me, is fun. But, like... yeah, jet over and over is boring to me, too. Like, I just did it twice in a row. That's good for me for the day, right? I got the clips I needed for my build, and then I move on. I have not attempted cast on block builds. To me, they're not cool. Like, there's nothing I want to cast on block. And if there is something I want to cast on block, it's not like a cast on block build. Like, the cast on block is providing some form of utility that's not the core of the build. I have yet to see something I want to cast on block. All the cool things you would want to cast on, like, you would be better off doing it, like, on a blood mage doing cast on crit or cast on, you know, anything else, right? Like, I haven't seen specifically anything I want to cast on block yet. I assume there will eventually be good cast on block stuff, but... hey, that's not a bad idea. Farming the breach rings. That's not a bad idea at all. Because breach rings can sell for like 40 divine. Come on. Hurry up, game. Don't we have a PoE 1 stream later? Like, are the mobs even gonna try? So how's everyone's day going? I don't know if it came off as a lazy answer, OC, and it's just like there's so much we've been told about, but like vaguely, like they've mentioned some skills are going to be getting reworked, some or buffs. They mentioned that some skills are going to be getting we're getting new uniques, but we don't know what uniques are coming. Like we know we're getting new socketables, like. It's those unknown factors about them that, like, this patch could be very soft. Like, I could be overhyping myself, but this patch could be insanely fun and, like, completely change some builds. Imagine Druid release, there's no way. Well, I guess I'm taking the area effect one.
Seek out the cores.
Like, unless there's just, like, a brand new, insanely overpowered Thorns chest. Because Thorns has the Thorns Leech nodes. I don't see those going anywhere, right? This will be the chest I use in 0.3. Like, I can't imagine me not using this. It is just too good. Yeah, there's no way we're getting a new class. And it's not just about there not being a new league with it. There's no way they're releasing a new class at the same time 3.26 dropping. How often do you run Trials of Chaos? Lately, not very often. It's my favorite farm right now, though. It's my favorite farm, though. Like, Trial of Chaos is super brain off, in my opinion, if you have a good enough build for it. It just hasn't been worth it currency-wise. But with the new Soul Cores coming, it might actually be a very profitable farm again. So, you could see me running this a lot on stream now. Especially because, like, to me, it's a good, well, one, I like killing bosses. So you get to kill 3 bosses every time you run it. But it's just, like, a really good stream content, in my opinion. Maybe it's boring for you guys. I imagine watching Ultimatum spams is pretty boring for you guys. But for me, it's, like, the content that, like... For mapping, I have to, like, find maps that I want to run. I have to find locations that I want to run. I have to, like, juice them in the proper way. I've got to, like, think about which direction I'm going, right? Like, mapping is very, like, it requires some thought, right? Or at least prep. If you want to spam, like, 30 maps in a row. And then, Sanctum's ass. I'm sorry if you're a Sanctum enjoyer. I don't know if it's better in PoE 1 or if PoE 1 has Sanctum, but I hate Sanctum.
I will crush you.
I forgot to break armor. Like, Sanctum is the opposite of brain off to me. Like, maybe I need to try Sanctum farming, like... Maybe I need to look up how to farm Sanctum farming, but I don't know how to make money in Sanctum. I feel like most of the time I run Sanctum, I don't end up walking away with, like, or making currency. Like, I can farm Sanctum easily now. Maybe I don't do the no-hit runs because I do reflect builds, right? But I can farm Sanctum easily, but just half the time I run it, I don't get any currency. Versus Ultimatum, Soul Cores always sell well. Like, if you do an hour of Ultimatum, you're guaranteed to make, like, a Divine or two. Very easily. So I guess it's just the newbier content. Maybe that's why I like it. Also, the reduced area effect I took is way harsher than I realized. My AoE on Wind Dancer is so small, it is really funny. Yeah, there's also, like, I wouldn't mind Sanctum if they, like... Whoa, 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 whoa.
Maybe next time, avoid that one.
What the fuck was that? What was killing me? That I was getting lightning shocked? There was no mob up. What was that? What the fuck was that? I wasn't even watching what happened and I just died to some lightning thing. That is a bug? From lightning mob? Well, damn. I need to clip that. I'll watch that later. I was looking at chat and then I just died. I was just like blasted down all of my life to the lightning damage. Alright, we go again. I'm actually gonna watch the replay real quick on the YouTube stream. Hold on. I want to see what happened. What the hell? It looks, yeah, it just looks like there was like an invisible trap there or something that I stepped on that just blasted me down. And I noticed it like a quarter second too late. I might have been able to roll out of it faster, but it killed me so fast. Wow. Okay. I haven't been farming Ultimatum in 0.2. I don't remember that being a thing in 0.1. I don't know why, I gotta fix my Nightbot settings.
I will never tire of your struggles.
If you kill him while he uses beam, beam stays forever. Oh, it's from the big Triceratops thing. That's hilarious. Okay. Well, we go again.
I hope you have learned.
I'm using this chest piece. That's how I have 6k HP. Pomp. You couldn't have reacted? Gotcha.
Are you ready, Challenger?
Yeah, it's just a bug, I guess. I think we were talking about why I like Ultimatum, though, yeah. I know. So the other thing I don't like about Sanctum is I like just killing stuff. But, like, half the rooms in Sanctum are escape trials or those time trials. I really like the Hourglass one, and the Hunt Rare one's fine. But the other ones are just like... I don't play ARPGs for that. But I get why some people do enjoy it. But, like, half the time in Sekimus for me, it's just... It's not like Ultimatum's, like, the best killing content, right? But at least, like... Like, I don't like the Soul Core one, where you have to put the 3 Soul Cores in the middle, but... I don't like the mazes in Sekimus.
I'll wipe that
Yeah, the fact that it's like non-combat. Like, I think Sekimus' final boss, that time dude, that's one of the coolest fights in the game, in my opinion. And you have to do it too, yeah. Oh yeah, I mean that's the point we're heading to. Like, the content I'm excited for. So the last PoE 1 league I gave a real try-hard run in was Ritual. So there are probably leagues that I haven't played that you guys were like your first leagues. I don't know how long a lot of you have been playing PoE 1, but like I haven't played it seriously in a while, and my favorite was always Legion, I think. I really liked Legion. But people talk about Delve. Delve seems like the best content for me. Delve seems like the king of brain off content. You just go in and you just like go. And it sounds super fun to like test your builds with to see how deep you can go. I don't know if people have been overhyping Delve to me, but Delve to me sounds like, sounds the most fun to me. I don't know if it can make currency. I don't know if Delve is a good currency farm, but for just playing it, Delve sounds super interesting to me.
This is just the beginning. A fine choice indeed.
Honestly, never went hard on Delve.
Escort the idol.
Yeah, my favorite was always Legion. I think that's the one with the purple people. That you kill them in that crystal zone and then they turn alive or something. That was always my favorite, just because it's like, you kill stuff and then you kill stuff again, right? Like, and it's like, it all happens in that, like, contained area. Like, you're not having to, like, run around for 30 minutes. At least when I used to do Legion back in the day. I don't know if it's changed. But Legion was always just, like, very straightforward. I didn't like the tower defense. I forget what the tower defense is called. Blight? Yeah, Blight. Blight. I didn't like Blight. But I played Blight when it, like, first came out. It might be better now. I know there's a lot of my friends are big fans of Blight, but I don't know if it's just because it's gotten better. What's Abyssal? It's been so long since I played that, like, there's just so many mechanics. Like, when I watch these update videos, like, I don't know, like, I didn't know what scarabs were. There's, like, all of these weird modifiers that I've never even heard of. Like, the crafting is crazy. Like, the game's way different now. But keep in mind, I only ever play Cyclone, too, so... I just like to, like, hold left-click and spin through the map. And, like, Legion's really good for that, because you just start the Legion, and then you just spin on top of all the purple stuff, right? Like, I don't have to worry about navigating or anything. It's just kill all the purple stuff. But it sounds like PoE 1's gotten to the point where, like, there's just so many different, like, game modes that... Why are you instantly flying up, fool? What are you delaying this for? It sounds like PoE 1's at the point where, like, there are so many viable ways to farm and play the game that, like, you can just literally do whatever the hell you want on any build. And you can, like, just have the fun you want to have. Which is cool. I've never even heard of Abyssal.
Kill them all.
That just seems like a completely new league I'm not aware of. Yes, basically, sometimes people start a character with only one league in mind. I assume that's how I will eventually play this game. When I think about, like, 1 to 2 years from now when there's more leagues and stuff, like, that's kind of how I play it now already. Like, I don't interact with Expedition at all right now. Like, I'll kill him only because if you, like, kill all the minions at once, it's, like, a cool clip. But, like, farming Expedition, I don't really care to, like, do logbooks and stuff, like... and I don't see me wanting to farm Delirium long-term either, just because Delirium as a mechanic is fine, I just don't like the fog. Or the music. I don't mind Breach. I don't really like Ritual, to be honest. Ritual's boring to me.
Could hardly call that a challenge.
All of these are annoying.
It's protected.
Agreed, Big Beard.
Powering the monument requires
A lot of the delirium stuff is like, a lot of people, I will get the comment, why aren't you delirium juicing your maps? It's like, I don't want to do delirium all the time. It's just too much. It's too much on my ears and my eyes. And there's like so many hard to see ground effects. Maybe I'm just an old bum. But, oh, we're doing Soul Course, okay. You running any carries? No, I don't really do carries. Maybe, like, if I ever do a community Discord and stuff, but no. Yeah, so the most fun I've had with Expedition is using that one bomb node where it does the big explosion. And I should probably swap back to it, to be honest, because I love doing that. But running the logbooks for the boss, I don't enjoy. The act of having to place, what is it, like 25 or 50 bombs or whatever. Like, you have to math out your path, and then if you're trying to min-max it, you're going to want to, like, look for the optimal nodes to hit, and you're going to, like, sit there and think, like, no. That ain't for me. I want the most brain-off farm you can get, and logbooks are not that. Breach. With your ADHD, I can understand the issue, yeah. I don't like reading and stuff in games, too. I love reading. I'm a big reader with books and stuff, but, like, when it comes to, like, having to read in game, like, having to read all of those, little spots, like, even reading my waystones, like, I'll do waystones without reading the modifiers, and I'll die because of it, because I didn't, like, take the time to read them. Like, yeah, ADHD can be a problem at times, but I blame myself. And it sucks because Delirium is, like, really good for juicing your maps right now. If you're not Delirium juicing your maps, you're really sacrificing a lot of currency. So I like planning out that stuff, too. The problem I have is, if it was more like PoE 1, where you're, like, if I could sit there for, like, 3 hours and craft, like, specifically 300 fortress and steep maps, I don't mind doing that. But right now, it's a lot of effort to set all that stuff up, and then the Atlas is just like, you can't plan ahead in your Atlas right now. Like, if there's a way you could, like, flag the path you want to take in advance for, like, 300 maps, maybe I would think more that way. But right now, it's just like, you do all this crafting setup and all that planning to go into your Atlas, and it's like, unless you have a bunch of pre-designated 3 tower layouts already set up, and that's like, it's just so much. It's just so much. If I could just do 300 steeps in a row, I'm all about that. 300 fortresses in a row? Hell yeah. But, like, the level of mapping and planning you'd have to do in this, it's just like I'm checked out at that point. Yeah, min-maxing juicing is just too tedious for me to want to be engaged in it right now. Whereas, like, Ultimatum, there's no min-max to it, right? You just go in. This is my, like, I can handle some min-maxing for that juicing, but, like, it doesn't have to be full brain off. But, like I said, if I could do, like, the PoE 1 system where you only spam that one map, I feel like I would vibe much more with that system, but right now, the Atlas navigation, I like the Atlas navigation and theme, but maybe you should be able to see further ahead or something. I don't know. Where'd I leave a mob up at? Over here in the corner? Yep. What body armor am I using? It's the Couture of Crimson. I don't even know if I'm saying that word right. Couture? Couture? So a lot of people have recommended me setting up Exile Exchange for filters and just like looking up prices on the fly and stuff. I guess I'm gonna have to do that. Because I've just seen so many people tell me it would be like, especially with how bad I am with my ADHD, like, it will save me, if I set it up well enough, it would just save me so much time for my dump tabs. Like, it'll flag the things I should, like, I'm okay dumping and stuff, like.
See your ego drought from the thirsty.
Finally found a Rod of Iron Orb? Hell yeah. Grats. Yeah, I've only gotten one today, and I've been streaming for over 3 hours, so this is not a rarity juice set, so. Gotcha. I'll check it out then, Big Beard. I appreciate the recommendation. I will definitely install it then. Because, yeah, like, one thing I want to eventually sit down and learn is how to, like, maybe not build my own filters, but at least modify filters. Because, like, right now, I feel like part of the reason why I pick up so much stuff is because my filters are, like, if my filters were filtering out a lot of this stuff, I wouldn't be picking it up. But maybe I'm wrong. Because this is a good filter. I think it's just like it's a recolor of like a Neversink, so. Or one of those ones. Maybe it's Filter Blade. I think it's Filter Blade reskin of Neversink, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'll check that out. I'll at least definitely get it set up by 0.3.
Mortal natural selection breeds the mightiest foes.
See if I can get the instant rage one shot. Oh wow, Wind Dancer almost killed him on his own roll. Damn. Like, I'm hyped about the cost of these fates going up. I really hope this isn't just, like, people, like, stockpiling them for the patch, and, like, this is actually Ultimatum becoming farmable. I don't think I'll farm Ultimatum much on stream, but Ultimatum is my favorite off-stream farm. But I really hope this is just a sign for the future. I don't need that. Alright, we're gonna do the Trial Master kill, just because I said I would. Hope I don't die to him to a silly one shot. Also seemed daunting to tweak. Yeah, it's very daunting. Because, like, people ask me, like, can you set up a filter for Thorns? And I'm just like, huh? Like, my eyes go wide. I'm like, you're not getting that from me ever. Well, we did half his life, and I don't think that was a fully juiced with like rage as well as I don't think I had a Infernal Cry with that first hit, and I don't think it consumed 10 rage if I did have an Infernal Cry with it. So he's very possibly one-shottable. My first hit just was not set up well. Alright. Well, that was a decent world tour. I mean, that went better than I expected. The only thing we died to was Simulacrum, and we just kind of died because... I think we died because I wasn't paying attention, but... yeah. I need to upgrade my computer soon, these load screens. God, I hope the Ultimatum prices stay up, though. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, boys. Nice little 3-hour stream. I wasn't planning on streaming today. It just happened to be in the mood in the morning. Expect the update video either tonight or tomorrow for this Titan video. I might stream later tonight if the patch comes out tonight and it's a super banger patch. So keep like an eye out for a late night stream maybe. But I will 100% be streaming a big stream tomorrow. It'll probably be like an 8-hour, 10-hour stream where like maybe I level a character or I just go try a bunch of builds. But yeah, we're just gonna end it here for now. I'm gonna host Rusty. So thanks for hanging out, everybody. I will be live either again tomorrow with or tonight with the new patch or tomorrow with the new patch. But good luck with the PoE 1 stream, the launch. I'm gonna be watching it. I won't be streaming it, but yeah. I'm gonna raid Rusty. You guys have a good one. I was gonna raid him, but I clicked the wrong button. I'm gonna raid him in a second. Now we're ready to go.